tena bunjitaha ma gridaha kishasridanam Ishavaishamidam sarvam jatkinja jagatyam jagat tena taktena bunjitaha ma gridaha kishasridanam kurvanevaha karmani jijiva chekchatam samaha evam tvayi nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare kurvanevaha karmani jijiva chekchatam samaha evam tvayi nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare asurya namate loka andena tamasavritaha tamste pritya bigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha andena tamasavritaha tamste pritya bigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha asurya namate anijadika manaso javiyo nena devam apurvam purvam arsat tadavato jnanateti tistat tasmin apumata visvadadati naina devam apurvam purvam arsat tadavato jnanateti tistat tasmin apumata visvadadati tadejati tanejati tadure tadvantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya syabhayataha tadure tadvantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya syabhayataha yasmin sarvani bhutani yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarvabhutesu chatmanam tato na vijigupsate yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarvabhutesu chatmanam tato na vijigupsate yasmin sarvani bhutani atmeva budvijanataha tatra ko mahakaha sukha ekatvam anupasyataha yasmin sarvani bhutani atmeva budvijanataha tatrako mohakaha sukha ekatvam anupasyataha sa prayagachukam avrinam asnaviram sudam apapavidam kavir manisi paribhu swahambhu yata tatyuturitan vyadadach chasvatipyaha samabhyaha sa prayagachukam avrinam asnaviram sudamapapavidam kavir manisi paribhu swayambhu yata tatoritan vyadadach chasvatipyaha samabhyaha antam tamaha pravisanti ye vidyam upasyate tato bhuyayavate tamo yayu vidyayam rataha antam tamaha pravisanti ye vidyam upasyate yayu vidyayam rataha anyadevahur vidyaya anyadahur avidyaya iti susrumadiranam yenastad vichachakshire anyadevahur vidyayam anyadahur avidyaya iti susrumadiranam yenastad vichachshire vidyam cha yas yastad vedubhayam saha avidyaya militum tirtva vidyayam ritamasnute bhayam saha avidyaya vidyayam ritamasnute antam tamaha pravisanti ye sambhutim upasyate tato bhuyavate tamo yayu sambhutam rataha anyadevahur sambhavat anyadahur sambhavat iti susrumadiranam yenastad vichachakshire iti susrumadiranam yena stad vichachakshire sambutim cha vinasam cha yastad vedu payam saha vinasena militum tirtva sambutam ritam asnute samcha yastad vedu payam saha vinasena militum tirtva sambutam ritam asnute hiranmayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukam tatpam pusam apavrinu satyadharmaya dristaye mayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukam tatvam pusam apavrinu satyadharmaya dristaye pusanika seyama surya prajapatya vyuharasmin samahatejo yatte rupam kalyanatamam tapte pasyami yo savaso purushaha sohamasmi pusanika seyama surya prajapatya vyuharasmin samuhatejo yatte rupam kalyanatamam tapte pasyami yo savaso purushaha sohamasmi Vayuranilam amritam atedam basmantam sariram Om kratos smara kritam smara kratos smara kritam smara Tam sariram Om kratos smara kritam smara kratos smara kritam smara. This is a mantra you should chant at the moment of death. It says, my dear Lord, remember, now my body is going to be burned to ashes, and my life air is going to merge into the totality of air. Now, my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the, meaning all my devotional service, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all I have done for you. Agne naya supataraya swan vishwani deva vayunani vidvan yodajma juhuranamino Puyastam te nama uktim vedema Deva vayunani vidvan Yodajma juhuranameno Puyastam te nama uktim vedema Om tat sat Om purnam ada purnamidam Purnat purnamudachyate Purnasya purnamadaya Purnameva vasishyate Purnat purnamudachyate Purnasya purnamadaya Purnameva vasishyate Ishavaishyam idam sarvam Chatkinja jagadyam jagat Tena taktena bunjitaha Magridaha kashasvidanam Ishavaishyam idam sarvam Chatkinja jagadyam jagat Tena taktena bunjitaha Kurvani vahakarmani chijiva chekchatam samaha evam tvayi nanyate tosti nakarma lipyate nare. Kurvani vahakarmani chijiva chekchatam samaha evam tvayi nanyate tosti nakarma lipyate nare. So now we're going to go around the room. I'm going to ask questions about mantra 1 and the purport. So we'll start here with you, Prabhu. So, what does mantra 1 say?
Mantra 1 say like both.
Oh, take the mic.
What?
So
Mic
comes from the Supreme Lord, and we should only take what is the quota allotted for us. We should not take anything more than required for you to do the devotional service to the Lord.
Yes. In other words, the Lord is the owner and proprietor of everything animate and inanimate, meaning everything. And He has set aside for everyone their quota, therefore accepting your bare minimum or your quota set aside by the Lord and not taking more. One can, therefore, why? Because you know that everything belongs to the God, and you shouldn't take more than what has been set aside for you. Okay, thanks. So, Why is Vedic knowledge infallible?
Because it comes as a transcendental sound from Supreme Lord.
Yes.
So it is infallible. It is not spoken by anybody who is under the control of material nature.
Exactly right. It's a porusheya, not spoken by someone who has the defects, 4 defects. A porusheya, right? Okay, so what are the 4 defects of every human being? That's an easy question. I'm going to give you a harder one.
Making the fault,
Mistakes?
mistakes, cheating,
Yes.
and illusion,
Right.
I remember 3 only.
Imperfect senses.
Imperfect senses.
Okay. Well, you took So if a person has these 4 defects, and everybody does, can they arrive at perfect knowledge?
No, they cannot. And that is the reason that we say that all the Vedic knowledge that came from Krishna, Supreme Lord, and who is away from all this imperfection. And that's the reason all this supreme knowledge or Vedic knowledge is infallible.
Right. Now, the hard question is, since we have these 4 imperfections, how can we understand the absolute truth?
Yeah, through the mercy of spiritual guru or gurus who came basically from the disciplinic succession.
Right? But we still have the defects, so how can we understand? Yes, we're receiving knowledge from a bona fide guru who simply repeats what Krishna says, but how can we, who have imperfect senses, arrive at perfect knowledge?
By believing in that the knowledge without speculation.
Yes. By repeating correctly, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, and not speculating.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Now we're going to ask the hardest question. Who originally received Vedic knowledge in the material world? Everybody gets their own chance.
Brahma?
Yes. Yeah. And who is Brahma?
Brahma is the first creation of the Lord, basically.
Yes. And who did Brahma give the knowledge to?
Brahma gave the knowledge to his sons,
For example.
4 Kumaras. 4 Kumara.
Yeah, well, yeah, but who is in the Brahma Sampradaya directly? Narada Muni.
Narad Muni.
Yeah, it's one of his sons also,
Yeah.
but he gave the knowledge to Narada.
Narad.
Okay. He also gave to the 4 Kumaras, but the 4 Kumaras have another Sampradaya,
Yeah, yes.
another Vaishnava
Yeah,
Sampradaya.
Prabhu, then he gave the knowledge to Lord Shiva, or did Shiva?
Sometimes it came from Narayana also, to some people. I'm not sure if Shiva got it directly from Krishna or from Narayana. I mean, we can look that up. I don't know for sure. I know about Brahma. Yeah.
And why didn't the Kumaras follow their father? They went directly to Lord Krishna, right? Why didn't they go via their father?
Well, because Brahma wanted them to get married. And they refused to grow up. They remain young boys. They didn't want to know about lust and all that stuff.
And yes, and go to Brahma, why did they go directly to Lord Krishna? I mean, Narada-
Well, no. They were, Brahma was their guru also. Yeah. But they had a tendency toward impersonalism. They were actually impersonalists, not Mayavadis. The difference, okay, here's a good thing to learn. What's the difference between a Mayavadi and an impersonalist? Mayavadis are also impersonalists. But what is the difference between a Mayavadi, let's say a pure Mayavadi, and a pure impersonalist and a Mayavadi?
Mayavadi commit offenses to social law.
Yeah, but no, Mayavadis believe in the Vedic system, but whose interpretation do they accept? Sankaracharya's. So the Mayavadis reject anything beyond Brahman. They are what you call Kevala Advaitins. And pure impersonalists, like the four Kumaras, they don't say there's nothing beyond Brahman. They say we don't know. So it's possible for them to go gradually from impersonalism to Paramatma realization to Bhagavan realization. But the Mayavadis cut themselves off. They say there's nothing beyond Brahman. So that's the difference between a Mayavadi and a pure, let's say a pure impersonalist. The four Kumaras were pure impersonalists. They didn't know, but when they went to Vaikuntha, at the doors of Vaikuntha, they insulted Jaya and Vijay, committed an offense. Then Lord Narayana, Krishna came as Narayana, and he apologized to them that, I take responsibility for my doorkeepers. I'm very sorry. So when Narayana said that, they were shocked. He's the Supreme Personality of God. They had never seen him before, but they were very attracted to him when they saw him. And then when they bowed down, they smelled the fragrance of tulsi leaves on his lotus feet. And as soon as they smelled that fragrance, they became devotees. They became devotees. And then they realized they made a big mistake. But Narayan took responsibility. And that's when they became pure, let's say, went beyond the Mayavad, impersonal concept, and became devotees. Yeah.
The Sri Sampradaya, Lakshmi learned it directly from Narayana or from Krishna?
That is most probably Narayana, but I don't know for sure. It's most probably Narayana. There's no difference between Narayana and Krishna, right? But Narayana also speaks the truth. Yeah. What? Yeah. What about him? What sampradaya? He was a what you would call like a caste brahmana, and because even though he knew what the truth was, he was more concerned with ritual performances for material benefits. No, he knows what the truth is. In fact, he was powerful enough even to go to Vaikuntha and have the darshan of Vishnu, but he was attached to performing rituals for material benefit. See, it's very interesting. It's a person who knows what the truth is, right? But because of that attachment to, family and doing rituals for material benefit. You have the same thing today. You have plenty of PhD Brahmins who know what the truth is, but they're addicted to doing pujas for material benefit for the general public. So Sukracharya was someone like that. He was able to recognize that Vamanadev was Krishna himself. But he refused, he told Bali Maharaj not to give him anything, because he'll trick you and take everything away from you. And then I won't get my monthly stipend, so I won't be able to maintain my family. So even though he knows what the truth is, he still, doesn't surrender like Bali. So Bali is considered a Mahajan and Sukracharya is not, even though Bali was his disciple. Yeah. Partial incarnation with Shiva, yeah. Okay, next. Let's see who has. Give it to. We'll see if he can answer a question. Okay, when we describe in this verse, it says Om Purnam. What does Purnam mean in Sanskrit?
Purna means whole. It's complete.
Complete, yeah. Perfect. He's perfect, all perfect. Or complete, yeah. So, is the Lord subject to the laws of material nature?
No.
Yeah. Does he control material nature?
Yes.
Yeah. Does he control the living entities?
Yes.
Okay, so if he controls the living entities, do the living entities have any free will?
Yes. Still we have the free will.
Okay, what kind of free will? Is it... Okay, well, Sanskriti is getting all excited, so... Well, no, she doesn't need... what kind of free will do they have?
To follow Krishna or to not.
Yeah, so it's called limited free will. It's limited to two choices. Either they follow Krishna or they don't, right? Sometimes you think free will should be unlimited, but no. Living entities' free will is not unlimited. It's limited to either following Krishna or not following. Now, does Krishna know what's going to happen to the living entities if they don't follow?
Yeah, yes.
And how about if they do follow?
Yeah.
He knows both ways, right? Yeah.
He knows everything.
Even though he knows everything, he doesn't force them to follow. So, now here's the hard question. If he knows everything, does it mean that everything is predetermined by Krishna?
No.
How come?
He knows that, but he knows what is going to happen because he says, I know the future of the Bhavishyam of the
University decides by free will that you choose, and based upon that you choose your future.
Okay, but then why does it say that he knows everything?
Because still he controls.
Because he knows the nature of that living entity and the choices that he is going to make.
No. I mean, no, it's like this. When you drive your car, does the state know what's going to happen to you if you follow the rules or if you don't follow the rules? Huh? Yeah, they know both ways. If you don't follow the rules, they know. They'll catch you and then, and if you follow the rules, they know that they're not going to stop you, right? So they know both ways, but they don't force you to follow or not follow. They highly recommend that you follow, but they don't force you, right?
But he is silent spectator.
What?
Whatever you do, he is silent spectator in your heart.
Yeah, but he knows what's going to happen either way. Just like the state knows what's going to happen either way. Yeah.
It's the same thing with Krishna and Duryodhana. Like he knew that Duryodhana would not really bend his will, but yet he goes as a peace messenger from the world.
They gave him a chance, yes.
So he's trying to allow, or he's allowing Duryodhana to exercise his free will, even though he coaxes him to come to the right path, which obviously he does not. But
Yeah, Krishna doesn't force anyone one way or the other. Yes?
So, even though these things are determined, like Krishna knows everything, but however, if we surrender to Krishna, then all the past sins are eradicated and the destiny can be controlled in a way that it doesn't come in way of the devotional service.
No, Krishna can change your destiny. Okay, no. there's two things. There's fate and destiny. You know what the difference is between the two? Sometimes those words are used interchangeably, but there is a difference of meaning. There's fate, F-A-T-E, not F-I-T-H, but F-A-I-T-H. It's F-A-T-E, and destiny, right? Now, sometimes those words are used interchangeably, but there is a difference in meaning. So what is the difference in the meaning between fate and destiny? Huh? Fate is like like what?
It's because of the karma, so it's like what you do, so shall you reap. Fate is like.
Well, fate is what's determined by your previous karma. And what is destiny?
Destiny is.
What?
Whatever you are doing, then it will decide your destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah, in other words, destiny is determined by what you do now.
So basically fate is present and destiny is future.
Yeah, but fate is the reaction of your previous
Past karma.
karma. And destiny is being created now by your present karma that you'll get in the future. Right? So what does Krishna do when he says Sarva Dharmam Purityaja Mame Kam Saranam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo? What is he doing there?
He said, you surrender to me and I will set you free of all things.
Yeah, in other words, he'll
Change the fate.
eradicate the fate, and from that point on, if you don't commit any more sins, you develop a very positive destiny. You go back to Godhead. Okay.
If we say that Krishna says that hey, for devotees if he ignores the sins and non-devotees he doesn't ignore the sins, doesn't it become like he's not being neutral? I know something is something.
No, but Krishna is equal to everyone. Just like your teacher in school was equal to everyone in the class. If you get the answers right on the test, you can pass. And if you don't get the answers right, you don't pass. He didn't give different sets of questions to different people. He gave the same questions to everyone. He gave the same teaching to everyone. The ones that did the homework and understood the principles were able to answer the questions in the test. And the ones that didn't do the homework and didn't understand the principles, they couldn't answer the questions in the test. So Krishna is not, he doesn't favor one over the other. But for someone who does surrender to him, he gives him special attention. So he's equal to everyone, but he gives also special attention to his devotee because of the sacrifice of his devotee to serve the Lord. Okay. Okay. So next, who's next? What?
The devotee would be able to develop.
Give the microphone over here.
The devotee would be able to
Son-
develop. I have one, Prabhu. The devotee would be able to develop a positive destiny for the future, and would that mean that he's actually going to accrue akarma?
What?
He's going to accrue akarma.
Well, it's just like Vibhishan. You know, he was born in a sinful family, but he actually was a devotee, right? But you cannot be he could not be a pure devotee as long as he was following Ravana. So the moment he left Ravana and came and surrendered to Ram, his destiny changed. If he stayed with Ravana like Kumbhakarna and Indrajit, then he would have been destroyed. But because he came and surrendered to Ram, his destiny changed. Okay, and whatever previous karma there was, you know, was eradicated. So he was free to engage in devotional service. You have to be free of previous sins. Okay, it says, Yesam twantikatam papam jananam punyakarmanam te dvandva no mohanir mukta bhajante mam dritavata. 7th chapter, 28th verse. This verse says, persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So unless you're free of your previous karma, meaning in this life and previous life, you're not actually able to take up devotional service with determination. You might do some things, but you won't stick to it. So you have to be completely freed of sins to take up steady devotional service to Krishna. And you also become free from the bewilderment of dualities. And we talked about that a lot yesterday. The bewilderment of dualities. Now, let me ask the question again. How do you overcome the bewilderment of dualities? By becoming fixed in the goal of dedicating your life to Krishna. So if someone says, we're going to have a party Saturday afternoon from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, what do you say?
Not possible.
Harivilas. Yeah, not possible. Not possible. I promised I'm going on Sankirtan. And nothing's going to stop me from that. Yeah.
Prabhu is coming down every week.
Well, okay, don't pressure him. Don't pressure him.
You promised that you'll come at least once a month.
No. He made a mistake when he said that. He meant once a week.
At least once.
No. He said at least once a week. He didn't say once. That was a mistake. It was a slip of the tongue. Right. Okay. So if you make that determination, that sankalpa, come hell or high water, I'm going out on Sankirtan every Saturday from 1 to 5, right? Or every morning I'm coming to Mangalarti, or I'm coming to Mangalarti, I'm coming to Sundaranti, I'm going to listen to class. You know, once you make those decisions, then you're free of duality. People can say anything they want, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this. I don't care. Right? And then you are liberated because you made that decision. You're completely liberated. Otherwise, you're wishy-washy. You're kali-pili, right? Half this, half that, right? Half Maya, half Krishna. Or 50% Maya, 50% Krishna. Or 80% Maya, 20% Krishna, whatever, right? But when you make that determination, then you're liberated. Liberated what? So you can take up devotional service all the time. Nothing will divert you.
How do we know where we stand?
How much service you do. How much service you're doing. That's the way. What? Huh?
There's no instrument to measure that.
Yes, there is. I'm here. I'm watching. I know. But actually, the real eyes are right there. Jagannath's eyes. He has very big eyes. So you can see. Look, you told me that you have a cheating propensity. Is it not? So the first person you cheat is not others, it's yourself. That's why you need Jagannath's eyes looking at you at all the time. He knows whether you're 100%, 90%, 1%, 0%, minus 10%. He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
How do you know yourself?
Because his representatives, good devotees, will gently but honestly tell you. Right? Just like, we had to correct Prabhuji here. He said at least once a month. He actually meant at least once a week. See, that's the way you know, because the representatives will tell you. Okay. Next question. Let's see who's next. Who was going to answer next? Is it Sanskriti? Is going to be next. Okay. All right. So, what is the difference between para and apara prakriti? First of all, what does prakriti mean? And what is para prakriti? And what is no, this is Sanskriti's turn.
Go ahead.
Okay, if you don't know, that's all right. That's all right if you don't know.
It's okay. She doesn't need the mic.
You know what Prakriti is.
Okay, let Pooja answer this question.
Prakriti means nature. And there are two types of Prakriti, Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Para Prakriti means, Para means superior, superior material, superior nature, superior Prakriti, and
What is superior Prakriti?
spiritual.
Yes.
Thank you.
And specifically now. What is it referring to? No.
Living entities.
The living entities.
Yes.
Right.
And Apara Prakriti.
It refers to the whole spiritual nature, but it also refers to eternal living entities, yes?
And then
Apara Prakriti.
Apara Prakriti, that is the inferior.
And what does that refer to?
It is material.
Material nature.
Material nature.
There's spiritual nature, material
And material nature.
Okay, good. All right, so we'll stop right there, and I'll ask some more questions next time. So let's, we read mantra 2, so then we're going to read mantra 3. It's not a long mantra. Asurya namate loka andena tamasavritaha tamste pritya bhikichanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Asurya Asurya meant for the Asuras. Nama, famous by the name. Te, those. Loka, planets. Andena, by ignorance. Tamasa, by darkness. Avrita, covered. Tan, those planets. Te, they. Pritya, after death. Abhigachanti, abhigachanti, enter into. Ye, anyone. Ke, everyone. Cha, and. Atmahana, the killers of the soul. Jana, persons. Oh, by the way, okay, I'll give this responsibility to, give it to Sanjay. You write down the questions that I have asked about mantra 1. Those questions will be in a written test that you get. Yay. All right? So you have to remember these questions. You can ask everybody else. You're going to help me write the final test. All right? So, I mean, I asked, what's the difference between a pure impersonalist and a Mayavadi? Right? What does Purna mean? What are the 4 defects? You know, all these questions that I asked, right? And we went over them. You have to write them down. These are the types of questions that are going to be on the final test. Okay? So you can all participate in making the questions for the final test. Okay? But you have to, you know, I mean, we're going through a lot of questions. You have to write them down. And then during our discussion, we discuss a lot of things. You have to write those points down in the form of questions. So you will know, and you'll give me all those questions, and I'll pick and choose from that for the final test. Okay? The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of the faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. So, here's a question. Why does he say Atmahana in the last line? Ye ke chatmahano janaha. So, Atmahana means the killers of the soul. I thought we said that the soul is eternal. Najayate mriyate va kadachin, 2nd chapter, 20th verse says, soul is eternal. It never was born and never dies, right? So why is he talking about killers of the soul? Yes. We haven't read it yet, but it's explained. Yeah, go ahead.
So killers of the soul means, like yesterday as you discussed, it's basically the person who denies oneself or maybe his dependence or her dependence of getting the chance in this human birth to realize the goal of human life, which is self-realization.
Yeah, exactly. They do it out of what?
Envy, out of envy.
Yeah, it begins by envying God,
And then they
but because we are part and parcel of Krishna, then you end up envying yourself. And the proof of self-envy is you deny yourself the opportunity to become Krishna conscious. Even though the opportunity is there, you deny yourself the opportunity. Then you become killer of the soul. You kill the potential of the soul. You can't kill the soul, but you kill the potential of the soul. So what is the potential of the soul?
especially the human birth.
Or what is the potential, though? What is the potential?
To go back to go
Right, so where do you go back to if you kill the potential?
hellish planets.
Yeah, you go back into the continual cycle of birth and death, old age and disease, rebirth, old age, disease, death, rebirth, old age, in different species of life. So you can't kill the soul, but you kill the potential of the soul, which is to go back to Godhead and have an eternal spiritual body in the spiritual world. So you have to really hate yourself to do that. But surprisingly, the majority of people in the world today really hate themselves. Therefore, they waste the human form of life in mundane activities. They're not interested in hearing Bhagavad Gita. They're not interested in engaging in service to Krishna. But they're interested in going to Disneyland and going to Mukilteo or Tulalip Casino, going to movies, watching the Emmy Awards or all the different types of movie star junk, and they're not interested at all in Krishna Katha. They're interested in the stock market and making money, talking about making more money. They're interested in good wine and good this and good that. All nonsense things that have nothing to do. So they're killing the potential of the soul, which is to go back to Godhead and enjoy eternal life. In fact, those people hate their families because they deny their family the right to do it also. See? And if they do engage in some religion, it's a religion that promotes material sense gratification, elevation to the heavenly planets. That's where the Muslims go. When they kill people, and they go, Allahu Akbar, and they kill people, blow themselves up, they go to Jannat. Supposedly, actually they go to Jahannam, which is hell, but they think they go to Jannat. The reward of killing kafirs is you go to some sort of heaven where there's rivers of wine and beautiful women and all that nonsense. Of course it's wrong. But the Hindus do the same thing. The Hindus want Swarga. Swarga is still in the material world. You're still going to die. You just live longer, and your sense gratification is great. So where is that explained in Bhagavad Gita? 9th chapter, verse number Shine Punya Martyulokam Vishanti. Everything is in the Bhagavad Gita. 9:21. Tetam bhuktva swarga lokam vishalam shine punya marti lokam vishanti evam traye dharmam anuprapana gata gatam kama kama labante. When they have, the previous verse, Try vidya mam somapa putapapa, says, those who study the Vedas and drink the soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, swargatim, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly pleasure, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas, Rig, Sama, Yajurveda, achieve only repeated birth and death. So what is that called? That's called the Ferris wheel syndrome. What does the Ferris wheel do?
Goes up, comes down.
Goes up and comes down. So when a little kitty gets on the Ferris wheel, You know, they're all excited. Then it goes up and it stops and they're way up that. And they go, hey, Daddy, Mommy, look, me. And they're really happy, right? And then it comes down and it stops. I want to go up again. I want to go up. And then it goes up again. And hey, Daddy, Mommy. And then it comes down and says, I want to go up again. I want to go. And they said, no, you have to come out. I said, no, I don't want to get off there. I want to go back up. You know, so that's the Ferris wheel syndrome. That's what Swarga is. There's Swarga and there's Narak. And in between, there's the middle planets, the Martyaloka, the world of death, where we are. So people are going up and down in the material world. They're being cheated. Every time they come back to the human form of life, they want to do Satyanarayana Puja. They don't want to do pure devotional service. They want to do Satyanarayana Puja so they can, like the little kitty, go up to the top of the Ferris wheel, and then they come back down again. So, okay, so now we'll read this. Human life is distinguished from animal life due to its heavy responsibilities. Those who are cognizant of these responsibilities, meaning those who know about these responsibilities and who work in that spirit, are called suras, godly people. And those who are neglectful of these responsibilities or who have no information about them are called asuras, or demons. Throughout the universe, there are only these two types of human beings, suras and asuras. There's this one devotee, his name is Surah. I always say, oh, how you doing, Asura? You know. We joke around with each other. Throughout the universe, there are only these two types of human beings. In the Rig Veda, it is stated that the suras always aim at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Om tat Vishnu paramam padam sadapasyanti surayo diviva chaksuratatam tat vipasno vipanyavo. This is the verse he's referring to in the Rig Veda, where the suras are always aiming for the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. They're always offering service to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord Vishnu, and act accordingly. Their ways are as illumined as the path of the sun. Intelligent human beings must always remember that the soul obtains a human form after an evolution of many millions of years in the cycle of transmigration. So how many forms of or species of life are there in total?
8.4 million.
8.4 million. So you have to go through all of those to get to a civilized form of human. Because there are 400,000 forms of human species. Most of them are uncivilized. There's only a very few that are civilized. The few that are civilized are the ones that follow the Varnashrama system of societal organization. Most of them don't. Okay. The material world is sometimes compared to an ocean, and the human body is compared to a solid boat designed especially to cross this ocean. The Vedic scriptures and the acharyas, or saintly teachers, are compared to expert boatmen, and the facilities of the human body are compared to favorable breezes that help the boat ply smoothly to its desired destination. If, with all these facilities, a human being does not fully utilize his life for self-realization, he must be considered Atmaha, which means killer of the soul. Soul is eternal, but he's killing the potential of the soul to go back to Godhead. So that is worse than killing. A killer of the soul. Sri Isopanisad warns in clear terms that the killer of the soul is destined to enter into the darkest region of ignorance to suffer perpetually. Yeah, if you become a cockroach, then a worm, then a bird, and then a pig, that's the darkest regions of ignorance, right? There are swine, meaning pigs, dogs, camels, asses, etc., whose economic necessities are just as important to them as ours are to us. But the economic problems of these animals are solved only under nasty and unpleasant conditions. The human being is given all facilities for a comfortable life by the laws of nature because the human form of life is more important and valuable than animal life. That's not an excuse to eat animals, though. Right? Why is man given a better life than that of the swine and other animals? Swine means pigs. Why is a highly placed government servant given better facilities than those of an ordinary clerk, or as we say, cluck. That's a joke. The answer is that a highly placed officer has to discharge duties of a higher nature. He has more responsibilities, therefore he's given more facilities. Similarly, the duties human beings have to perform are higher than those of animals, who are always engaged in simply feeding their hungry stomachs. Yet, the modern soul-killing civilization, we live in a soul-killing civilization today. Why? Because people are so distracted by the mass weapons of distraction, like televisions and smartphones. I call them dummy phones, and whatever. Today I was somewhere in a store, and I was speaking to a salesman. I said, well, let's talk to this other person. So I dialed them, and I slightly touched the screen, and the phone call died, right? And he looked at me, and I looked at him. I said, I'm sick and tired of these complicated phones. And then he took his phone out. I said, yeah, you should have a real phone. It's one of those, simple phones, no connection to the internet or anything, He said, it works every time, he said. When we approach similarly, the duties of human beings have to perform are higher than those of animals, who are always engaged in simply feeding their hungry stomachs. Yet the modern soul-killing civilization has only increased the problems of the hungry stomach. When we approach a polished animal in the form of a modern civilized man and ask him to take interest in self-realization, he will say that he simply wants to work to satisfy his stomach and that there is no need of self-realization for a hungry man. The laws of nature are so cruel, however, that despite his denunciation of the need for self-realization and his eagerness to work hard to fill his stomach, he is always threatened by unemployment. Haribol. Yeah, now they're saying by 2040, robots will replace 80% of the workforce in the United States. That means right now there's 95 million people employed. 80 million of those people will lose their jobs in the next 24 years to robots. They'll be able to do all the work. So you can just sit home and watch the Super Bowl and drink Budweiser and eat hot dogs, and go to hell, An idle mind is a devil's workshop, as they say. We are given this human form of life not to work hard like asses, swine, and dogs, but to attain the highest perfection of life. Yeah, so if the robots replace us, then you'll have plenty of time for Krishna consciousness. That's another way to look at it, right? If we do not care for self-realization, the laws of nature force us to work very hard, even though we may not want to do so. Human beings in this age have been forced to work hard like the asses and bullocks that pull carts. Some of the regions where the asuras are sent to work are revealed in this verse of Sri Isopanisad. If a man or a woman fails to discharge his duties as a human being, he's forced to transmigrate to the Asurya planets and take birth in degraded species of life to work hard in ignorance and darkness. In the Bhagavad Gita 6:41-43, it is stated that a man who enters upon the path of self-realization but does not complete the process despite having sincerely tried to realize his relationship with God is given a chance to appear in a family of Suchi or Srimat. So, the word Suchi indicates a spiritually advanced Brahmana, and Srimat indicates a Vaishya, a member of the mercantile community. So the person who fails to achieve self-realization is given a better chance in his next life due to his sincere efforts in this life. If even a fallen candidate is given a chance to take birth in a respectable and noble family, one can hardly imagine the status of one who has achieved success. By simply attempting to realize God, one is guaranteed birth in a wealthy or aristocratic family. But those who do not even make an attempt, who want to be covered by illusion, who are too materialistic and too attached to material enjoyment, must enter into the darkest regions of hell, as confirmed throughout the Vedic literature. Such materialistic asuras sometimes make a show of religion, but their ultimate aim is material prosperity. The Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, 17th and 18th verse, rebukes such men by calling them atmasambhavita, meaning that they are considered great only on the strength of deception and are empowered by the votes of the ignorant and by their own material wealth. Such asuras, devoid of self-realization and knowledge of Ishavaisya, the Lord's universal proprietorship, are certain to enter into the darkest regions. The conclusion is that as human beings, we are meant not simply for solving economic problems on a tottering platform, but for solving all the problems of the material life into which we have been placed by the laws of nature. So here's a very nice mantra. And so you read this for tomorrow and look some more at mantra 1 and, of course, mantra 2. Are there any questions? So, Sanjay, you have to start preparing all these questions for the final test. You can get the help of everyone. They can tell you, oh yeah, he asked that question. No, he asked this question also. You forgot that. Haribol. All glories to Prabhupada. Yeah.